Welcome to Perennial Meditations, a podcast by the Perennial Leader Project. Welcome back to another episode of our Sundays with Seneca series. Today's selected reading comes from a letter known today as On Learning Wisdom in Old Age. And due to the length, we're going to break this one into two parts. I hope you enjoy. What is more foolish than refusing to learn simply because one has not been learning for a long time? What do you mean? Must I follow the fashion set by the fops and the youngsters? But I am pretty well off if this is the only thing that discredits my declining years. Men of all ages are admitted to this classroom. You retort, do we grow old merely in order to tag after the youngsters? But if I, an old man, go to the theater and am carried to the races and allow no duel in the arena to be fought to a finish without my presence, shall I blush to attend a philosopher's lecture? You should keep learning as long as you are ignorant, even to the end of your life. If there is anything in the proverb, and the proverb suits the present case as well as any, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. For all that, there is also something which I can teach in that school. You ask, what can I teach? That even an old man should keep learning. But I am ashamed of mankind as often as I enter the lecture hall. On my way to the house of Metronox, I am compelled to go, as you know, right past the Neapolitan Theater. The building is jammed. Men are deciding with tremendous zeal who is entitled to be called a good flute player. Even the Greek piper and the herald draw their crowds. But in the other place where the question is discussed is, what is a good man? And the lesson which we learn is how to be a good man, very few are in attendance. And the majority think that even these few are engaged in no good business. They have the name of being an empty-headed idler. I hope I may be blessed with that kind of mockery. For one should listen in an unruffled spirit to the railings of the ignorant when one is marching toward the goal of honor. One should scorn itself. Proceed then, Lucilius, and hasten, lest you yourself be compelled to learn in your old age, as is the case with me. Nay, you must hasten all the more, because for a long time you have not approached the subject, which is one that you can scarcely learn thoroughly when you are old. How much progress shall I make, you ask? Just as much as you try to make. Why do you wait? Wisdom comes haphazardly to no man. Money will come of its own accord. Titles will be given to you. Influence and authority will perhaps be thrust upon you. But virtue will not fall upon you by chance. Either is knowledge thereof to be won by the light effort or small toil. But toiling is worthwhile when one is about to win all goods at a single stroke. For there is but a single good, namely that which is honorable. In all those other things of which the general opinion approves, you will find no truth or certainty. Why it is, however, that there is but one good, namely that which is honorable. I shall now tell you, insomuch as you judge that in my earlier letter, I did not carry the discussion far enough, and think that this theory was commended to you rather than proved. I shall also compress the remarks of other authors into a narrow compass. And what quality is best in man? It is reason. By virtue of reason, he surpasses the animals and is surpassed only by the gods. Perfect reason is, therefore, a good peculiar to man. All other qualities he shares in some degree with animals and plants. What then is peculiar to man? Reason. When this is right and has reached perfection, man's felicity is complete. Hence, if everything is praiseworthy and has arrived at the end intended by its nature, when it has brought its peculiar good to perfection, and if man's peculiar good is reason, then if a man has brought his reason to perfection, he is praiseworthy and has readied the end suited to his nature. This perfect reason is called virtue, and is likewise that which is honorable. Thank you for subscribing and listening to another episode of the Perennial Meditations podcast. I hope you found something useful for daily life. If so, I urge you to put what you heard into practice. Until next time, be wise and be well.